What's up, everybody? This is Average Planeswalker, and excuse my voice. I've been getting over my throat being messed up. We had a huge dust storm here in Arizona, and all sorts of storms in my sign. Anyway, I'm getting over that. It's doing a lot better. Whatever. So, I'm excited. Wilds of Eldraine just dropped like a few days ago. Yesterday. And I brewed a few decks, but only one of them, is at 100% win rate right now, and we're 5-0. And I'll put the stats on the screen right now. But this is the first time getting 100% win rate with a deck, and here it is. Let's go through it. So the deck is Esper control using Ashiok and a few new cards from Wilds of Eldraine. So we're just gonna go through this, blow through this really quick. Y'all already know 3/4 of the deck, and we'll go from there. Main board, we're running 1 Disdainful, 2 Essence Scatter, 1 Negate, the Iron Crag, and 2 Celestis, 2 of each. And these cards have been pivotal in the game play of this deck. Being able to play this deck and just go in monstrous mana as a control deck. It's crazy how much it helps. And we've had the Celestis for a while, but being able to turn 2 Iron Crag, or possibly turn 3 Celestis, or be consistent with the turn 2 Iron Crag, and then a Celestis right after that, and still have mana up for counter is just big. It is huge. So we're running 2 of those. 2 Silver Scrutiny. It's probably one of the better draw cards in the format now, I'd say. The fact that at the end of turn I can tap 5 and draw 3 is just really, really good. Or 2 or 1, whenever you need at that point. So I think the versatility of this card is better nowadays with Wilds of Eldraine, with how much diversity and draw power between Memory Deluge and the new 4-drop bargain pseudo Memory Deluge that we have. So I think Silver Scrutiny is going to be the better card. Plus, we're running the Teferi. Vision of Phyrexia. I don't need to explain this card. Best battle they printed. 3 Dissipate, because Exile is more relevant now than it ever has been, hence why we are also running 2 Calamity's Wake in the sideboard. Celestis, we just went over that. Depopulate is your board wipe. Drag to the bottom because we are doing Domain. It is the best black board wipe, and it is like the second best board wipe in the format, with either Depop or Sunfall at first. Rankle's Prank. This is the new Invoke Despair. Whether you see it or not, trust me, this card is going to see a lot of play. It's going to not define the meta like Invoke Despair did, but it is going to be a pain in your ass. So keep an eye out for it. So we're playing 2 of them. We are playing 1 Beseech the Mirror. And I've mostly been using this card to go search out my Depopulate, my Drag to the Bottom, or my Sunfall to board wipe when I need it. So it can also get our Teferi, it can get our Celestis, it can get our Iron Crag. I mean, whatever we technically need, or we can go tutor for any piece of the deck. But a board wipe is what we usually go for. Teferi, who slows the sunset, I believe got a lot better with Wilds of Eldraine because of the Iron Crag. Being able to just like float mana and then untap it to float another. We could have done that with a Celestis, but then we're looking at turn 3, possibly turn 4 or 5. Now we can go on par and probably just drop a Teferi on turn 3, and then by turn 4 we're able to drop either Teferi or Ashiok. I mean, it's just so good. Plus you're gaining 2 life off of it. Excuse me. Plus you're gaining 2 life off of the plus. So Teferi slows to sunset is more relevant now than ever. 1 Sunfall. Temporal Pilgrim, that's why we run Silver Scrutiny as well, but the token generation out of this just gets absurd sometimes. Ashiok, Wicked Manipulator. This card is doing a lot better than I thought. I did a whole video, my buddy and I, on our podcast, that was episode 4, was mainly talking about this Ashiok card. And we kind of built a deck on that podcast, and I kind of just ended up rolling with it, and this is the deck from the podcast, pretty much. Creating 2 1/1 Black Nightmare creature tokens that have an ability on them that is relevant even after Ashiok is gone is extremely powerful. You look back at Lolth, she put out 2 spiders at a -3, and they had reach. But Ashiok puts out 2 creatures at a -2, comes in with 5 loyalty. So it's a huge difference, and the power of this card is just really, really good. So we're running 2 Ashiok. 4 Leyline Binding because it's the best removal in the game, and Vraska Betrayal's Sting. We can pay the Newfi cost with the Ashiok static ability. If you would pay life while your library has at least that many cards in it, exile that many cards from the top of your library instead. So instead of paying 2 life, which saves us as a control deck, we can just mill or exile 2 cards, which will also trigger the Nightmare. So that's really good. Now we could +1, draw a card, lose a life, and then proliferate all our walkers and the counters that we're putting on all of our creatures. So the versatility of Vraska is extremely well. Here's our mana base. 2 Spell Pierce in the sideboard, 2 Calamity's Wake. Like I said, the graveyard is very relevant right now, and so being able to exile the graveyard, whether it be for Haughty Djinns or Tellurian Terrors, or for what is that 5-drop creature that can't be countered, and your whole graveyard is like instant sorceries, matches with Hull Breacher. Anyway, that card. But Itali, Breach the Multiverse, and any type of Reanimator, this card just destroys. So put these in your deck. Same with Denic. It doesn't allow them to reach into the graveyard anymore. So the Stone Brain is the extraction that we have, in which, you know what? I realized I don't have the end in here, and I wanted to put the end in here. I'm gonna figure out how to put the end in this deck, and then I'll let y'all know. Anyway, Stone Brain, so we can take out things we don't like. Invasion of Gobukon, mostly for a control matchup, a mirror, so we can kind of see what else is in their hand, or any type of deck that's really kind of giving us a hassle. Terra Sunder, probably one of the best removal spells in the game. It has so much versatility, and with the new fight rigging deck, Terra Sunder can just take that out with 2 mana. Temporary Lockdown for all your aggro, because early in every type of new meta, when a new set comes out, you're always playing against mono red. So Temporary Lockdown for that, or mono white, or blue white soldiers. And the Hullbreaker Horror is for the control matchup, so we can kind of just, throw this out and say good luck. So yeah, that's a deck. Let me figure out these 2 slots for the end. All right, so we took out 1 Rankle's Prank to put in the end, and we took out 1 Stone Brain to put out the end in the sideboard. So we're running 2 the ends, which is really, really good. If I can figure it out, I'd like to run probably 2 or 3 in the main board, because it's just instant speed removal. You don't really worry about, I don't care if the spell costs 2 less. For 4 mana, I will exile a creature or planeswalker at instant speed, and then I will search your deck, hand, and library to remove the rest. I'll pay 4 for that all day. So don't downplay this card and thinking that, oh, it's not that good because you have to be at 5 life for it to cost 2 black. No. This card is nuts. So when I could figure out where, I almost thought about going to 3 Invasion of New Phyrexia, but it just blows out every game. So let's get into some games. All right, here we are. This is best of 3, as that's what I only play usually. 98% of the time. Every once in a while, I'll do a best of 1 just to test a deck, non-ranked, and then I'll see if it's worth making a sideboard for. But all I play is best of 3. We'll mulligan this. We'll keep this one. Drop a Plains. We have Celestis and a Vraska. Looks like we're going against, what, mono black vampires? I don't know about vampires, but maybe just mono. Or I don't know what I'm talking about. Well, we do got the depopulate, but we have no blue mana. Just let him build up a board state and we can just blow it up. Can't cast more than 1. Okay, that's fine. We got our blue. Alright. Celestis. I kind of want to wait until they put out a board state and then activate this and then board wide. It's kind of what I'm thinking. But we can't wait too long because that's 3 damage right there. So if they put a 2-drop... Okay. Alright, yeah, we're just going to board wipe now. Next turn we have Dissipate Mana, or we can Vraska or Invasion of Nufi. So they activate 2 of their creatures. Yeah, we'll take this. Get rid of Field of Ruin. Play this for 4. This enchantment is what's killing us. Wow, they just... So they had Nut Hand. Yep, we'll take that action. Get rid of a Dissipate. Here's our board wipe. We'll pass. Next turn we'll make dudes to protect ourselves. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 4. I was gonna play the Ironcrag and then play Vraska, but it's better to just put dudes out and have a board state. Sure. As long as we get to keep 3, we can flip it to Fairy. We're just gonna play the Vraska. We're gonna minus so we can flip to Fairy. Yep. Minus. Immediately make these dudes a threat and give them ward. We'll take this action. Get rid of a land. So let's just keep giving us that that life we need. Yeah, we'll just give it to Fairy. Get rid of the Shieldred. Ashiok. Make 2 dudes. Since we played Leyline Binding, which put a creature into exile, it triggered our nightmares. So keep that in mind when you play the deck, but that's really good. Flip to Fairy. Now we're going to plus our counters on all of our dudes. And up to Fairy. Let's go ahead and do this. We'll minus to make our dudes more of a threat again. Gives them ward 2 now. We are at 3 life, but again, the Celestis is doing work. Sure. We're gonna go ahead and actually first let's make a dude. Okay. We were gonna -3 the Teferi from Battle of New Phyrexia. We're gonna -3 that to shuffle the enchantment back into the library, and then we were gonna get our Walker back, our Vraska back. So, what are we playing against again? Oh yeah, okay. So Temporary Lockdown is gonna be really good for this deck. Terra Sunder will be really good as well, because for 2 we can just exile the tokens. We can check out the end because they're playing a lot of tokens. There's a few creatures in the beginning, but not so much. I'm going to take out Rankle's Prank. As good as that would be, we don't need the discard aspect. I might just put Rankle's Prank in the sideboard and put 2 the ends in the main board. Let's get rid of 1 Dissipate because we don't want expensive counter in there, and we'll get rid of make it 2 Dissipate. Yeah. Oh, we'll keep this. So we got Celestis up. And we got 2 drag to the bottoms, which are really good. With 4 domains, so. And we got our 2 black sources for it. So it's a very much keepable hand. If our opponent is still there. There they are. Yeah, we'll keep. Put down Rafine's Tower. Now, I've noticed that Rafine's Tower and Jetmir are 2 of the best ones to easily get domain, which is awesome. So we picked up another Celestis. We did get the Ashiok, so we're ready for that as well, which is good. But having these 2 drag to the bottoms is amazing. Yep. I was playing Aristocrats. Sure. Take some more manas. What is this? Only 3 Surveil 1. Okay. Let's Teferi first. We're just gonna plus.
I'm finished running from battle.
Because next turn I want to go ahead and drag to the bottom. And then after we drag to the bottom, we can make a dude. And then we can play Ashiok. Every time. I don't know how or why. But every time, no matter what I do, Teferi never usually survives, which is very, very odd. Alright, we're just going to board wipe. Oh, that's a Phyrexian Vampire, right? Yeah, and then this is a... Ah, that's right, Phyrexian Folkplayer. That's fine. You know what I need in the sideboard? Farewell. I knew I was forgetting something. It's the farewell. Alright, let's see if they have any more tricks to do with this. Kind of just want to get rid of this enchantment right now, but I want to see what they do. This is why we're running Tear Asunder. Oh, it's so good. It's a 5/5. Excuse me. Okay. And they go into combat wombat. Oh, too easy. See ya. Yep, we'll take that action. I got action. Alright, we'll do this. So when you choose for Ashiok, read and be aware. Choose one, exile one of them. It's weird, I don't know why they wouldn't just say choose one and that goes to your hand. Or choose one to go to your hand. You know? But in the card it does say exile one of them and put the other into your hand, so I just answered my own question. Shut up. Whatever. We'll take Silver Scrutiny. Oh, see? I just did confuse myself. Oh, my Lanta. Alright, let's draw. I'm so dumb. we'll get rid of that. I don't want to swing right now. I want to build up these nightmares a bit more because they have a 4/4, and I'm waiting for them to do the thing. Ooh, so we can get rid of the Celestis. Temporary lockdown does work. We'll lose our 2 tokens, but we also get rid of their gift of completion, and we get rid of their entire board except for that. But we can instant scatter that, so that's fine. Oh, I think they're gonna scoop. His turn's gonna be a blowout. Sure. We're gonna plus first. This goes into exile. Yeah. All right. Hit him for 3 to the face, and then we're gonna temporary lockdown. And there's gonna be a city. It's called Scoop City. Gonna be population them. Yep, take it to the face. See ya. And then we'll pass. I stand corrected. No. Make 2 dudes. Let's go ahead and activate. We should have Disdainful Stroke up. We got Besiege. Which is awesome because we put out so many tokens that we have the bargain for Besiege. Sure. Incubate. Now with this I can go grab Teferi if I wanted. Wondering if that's what I should do. Exile that. We can play this. With the bargain. Let's get rid of the Iron Craig. 4 or less comes into play, so keep that in mind. Remember that. We can grab whatever you want, but we want to put something into play. Yup. Tutoring and putting into play Planeswalkers is just so dumb. Alright, so we're gonna float a white, float a blue, plus this, tap that, undo. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so 4. Yep, we're gonna hit 4. Hit that. And we're off to the races. We don't need a draw, we'll just take the life. No, decline. Sure, they've been stuck on 3 mana, but all of us have, you know? I mean, it's part of the game. I think it could be 3 times. Is that what that is? Okay. Alright. So, let's plus first. I'll put that in exile. We'll take another invasion. Let us crack this. Let's get rid of that. Let's go to Combat Wombat. So we need at least one to hit. Cool, that's fine. Excuse me. Second to fairy. Let's go ahead and minus.
You can't beat Zolfir in the Scar.
We're gonna -2, see what we can draw off this. Another Iron Crag? Sure. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 untapped mana. We got enough for Disdainful Stroke and Negate. Or at the end of turn, we just Silver Scrutiny and draw 3. Yeah, negative. As a negative Ghost Rider. We'll do Negate because Disdainful Stroke can get 4-drop creatures as well. Or walkers or whatever. Word. I'll trade. Because we about to have more. Alright, the white and the blue. Untap. Tap this. Untap. Let's just do 5. Leave some mana up. Sure.
Open your mind to me.
Draw 2. Get rid of this and the Crag. Combat Wombat. Here. Okay, there we go. Yep, that's game. Alright, back with game 2. Best of 3. We get to go first. We can keep this. Mostly because we have the Essence Scatter and a Field of Ruin to mana fix. We have 1 black source. I did make the change. I did put the Rankle in the sideboard and the second the end in the main. So that's why we see 1 right here. Sure, we'll keep going down this road. Okay. Search for Aura, God, or Demigod. Reveal it. I would have preferred a little bit more to the hand, the opening hand, but at the same time, it's like, it's good enough. Getting the Dissipate was definitely worth it. Pass. Negative Ghost Rider. They still don't have any non-basics, so I'm just hesitant to throw this out because we can always use it as like fodder to throw away. Do I want to Essence Scatter this? Yeah. We'll just keep them off of anything. Alright, now we have to put that down. I like to wait until they swing into their battles, and then I go ahead and Leyline Binding. We can really use a black source. Or we can really hope that they throw down a non-basic. Guess not. This works. 4. Oh yeah, we'll do that all day. Which one is this? We definitely need the black source. Because the end would just ruin. Let's see if they let us hit. If they just let us hit that. Because we do have Leyline Binding to get rid of this Ashiok. Oh, they do. Let's go. I figured they would because they didn't want to risk anything. Gonna get rid of that.
Stop here! To me!
This sprite or farrier thing must have came out with Eldraine. Okay, that's fine. So we have a couple of options. We can, I mean, I'm gonna block all day, homie. You can pump. That's fine. Sure. Alright, we're gonna drop this. Put down our own Ashiok. Make our own dudes. And we're gonna swing for face. Because our dudes have vigilance. So we're still in a good position. Even if they board wipe us with, what is it, Sunwell or Sunfall, we can still... Sure, we can still the end the token. Oh, there's like an enchantment base. Can't attack or block. Which one's this one again? Exile. Red blood token, sure.
Go and drink
Let's go again, right? 1, 2. Okay. Well, while we were trying to math their mana, they kind of saw the writing on the wall. So, so they got a bunch of enchantments. We're gonna go ahead and tear asunder. What are the mana costs of these though? That's a 3. That's a 3. That's a 3. Okay, so so temporary lockdown isn't gonna do anything. Excuse me. So just the Terra Sunders is all we need to bring in. We drop down one Celestis and no, we'll keep the Disdainful because they are playing Ashiok. Ready to take out the Vraska? We'll go down one Scrutiny. This is the hardest part about playing the deck, is that the main board is just so good and so consistent to almost any deck you're playing against that it's hard to sideboard out, but you know you kind of have to. We'll keep this. So we got Terra Sunder up, we have 2 Invasion of Phyrexias, and we got Drag at the bottom. So now we're going to save this other Jetmir so we can draw later, but we are going to put out some blue manas. Oh, gain life, yeah, sure. How many cards are they running? 120. Do what you gotta do. So we're gonna cycle this. Hopefully start getting some black sources. That's not bad. Let's go ahead and board wipe them now. Just get it out of the way. I think this becomes an enchantment, right? Yeah. Do for 3. I still stand by it. Invasion of Phyrexia is the best battle they made. I think it's so good. Oh, you get to tap a creature. Okay. But weird. A bit weird, but I mean, do you? We'll wait. We'll see if they pump this thing anymore, because they could put this on it too. Just go ahead and get rid of that. Sure. We'll just do this. We're ahead pretty far. I'm not worried about it. I mean, like, getting one black source would give us full access to Tear Sunder. Wow, we haven't seen a Rafine's Tower or just a swamp or a Shipwreck Shore. Is a bit odd. So we'll make 5 dudes. Tip: if you're top decking and one card in hand, and it's a land, don't throw it on the battlefield. Keep it in your hand, especially if you got plenty of mana. There's necessarily no reason to do that. So let's get one of these. Base. And then we're going to throw that back into their deck. I tell you, this -3 ability on Teferi is highly undervalued. 1, 2, 3. See you later. Sure, we lose to Fairy, but we're about to get another one.
I can't fail again.
Finally, this is where things get interesting. I'm just gonna -1.
Where you surrender.
I just want to get everything out the way. Boom! Let's go. 7-0. Let's go. Alright, well, there you have it. We went from 5-0 to 7-0. This deck is 100% win rate at 7-0. Best of 3 standard. I understand this is new meta, but this might be the first deck that's 100% win rate, to be honest, from the set, from the new standard. And if it's not, I mean, it's probably the first one that is above 4 or 5 wins, and the first one that's probably best of 3. So, yeah, this is Esper Control. I'm loving this deck. I don't see much more to tweak about it. The only thing that I might think about is adding 2 All-Seeing Arbiters, because they are just really, really good. But that's pretty much it. This deck is pretty solid. It's 7-0, so I mean. Anyway, alright, I appreciate y'all stopping by. This is Average Planeswalker. Peace.